coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson-Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Today what I thought I would do is sort of follow up on what I was talking about last time and actually start to create the Kahoot. Now, my experience with Kahoot is not vast, but I know what I'm doing on it, so I will walk you through at a very beginner level on how to set up a Kahoot, which will include how to set up the questions, how to adjust things like the time and the points, and some of the troubleshooting things that it allows you to do. So let's take it into my respiratory Kahoot. Well, I'm really hoping this works because this is my first time trying a screen recording, so fingers crossed this is all going to go well. I'd hate to think I'd do all this and then, well, I'm going to do it anyway, so just thought it'd be nice for me to be able to share this with you, the viewer, on how to create your Kahoot. So as I said before, I was going to do a survey with my class in terms of what they wanted for Kahoot or Jeopardy, and that's just simply my question. The question was here, what would you rather do for this review of respiratory system in the week, Kahoot or Jeopardy? You know, give them that sense of ownership, give them that sense of having a say in what happens in the classroom. So I gave them those two choices. That's the only two choices I'm giving them for now. Like I said, I want to keep this simple at the moment. So I go to my responses. I had 47 responses from my two science classes. So that's a nice response. And in looking at it then, we see that Kahoot had 57.4% of the thing. So it was pretty close, but 27. So Kahoot wins. So I've gone into Kahoot then. So I'm going to the Kahoot creator. Now, when you're going into Kahoot, you sign in, and it'll ask you whether you want to do free or there's options to do paid parts. I mean, that's up to you to decide how much you want to invest into Kahoot. But it's nice that there is that option to do the free one. So then when you're into here, let me just kind of go back a step. So this is my Kahoot. March Boss Challenge is something I'll talk about later this month in terms of gamification. This is something I've been doing for a number of years now. And then some different things I already have. May the 4th be with you, of course. We always have to make sure we celebrate that, the best of holidays. So I've made 5 Kahoots so far, and so I'm going to create a new one now because I do not have a respiratory system Kahoot. I've always done it in the Jeopardy form before, but Kahoot is relatively new to me. Let's see what we can do then. So Kahoots, so there's different templates and things you can use. So this is something I will have to explore more myself. I'm not as familiar, so I'm just going to create a new Kahoot. And so it gives you this page here. So it gives you an option to drag images from the computer, and maybe I will go back and do that afterwards. But just for the starters here, just like as I was saying, starting very simply, I'm going to start off with my questions. Now, I need a bunch of questions for my respiratory system Kahoot here. So I'll actually enter a title. This is the respiratory system review. Save it to my Kahoots, branding off, lobby, I'm not going to do it. Okay, there we go. And well, I can change the image and stuff. For now, that's stuff I can do in the fine tuning. Right now, I just want to show you how to get started. So I put up my title there, and it's been saved automatically to my draft, so that's a nice feature that it's automatically saving. And then I'm going to start with typing my question. So I need questions. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Well, actually, what I have done, and I'm just going to pull this one out here. I'm going to pull it to the side, and I'm going to shrink this screen down because, as I said, I've done the respiratory system previously in a game show, in a Jeopardy format. Oops. No, I want to shrink this one down. Got too many things open at once here. Doing some editing there. Okay, so we'll pull this back up here. What I want to do is I want to be able to do this more efficiently, so I'm going to have the two screens open like so. And there you go. So these were my Jeopardy questions. These are the categories, bringing it in, interactions, pollution. And then the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and star were the difficulties, 1 being the most easy and star being the most difficult. So I can just click here to start typing my question. And my question then, I'll just look to over here, how is air brought into the body? How is air brought into the body? and then I provide 4 answers. So I can say mouth/nose, and I'll click that to show that that is the correct answer. And then I'll say ears, trachea, and the bronchus. So I always like to include one answer which is ridiculous. Hopefully nobody picks the ridiculous one, but it's just, to me, it adds that little bit of levity to it as we play the game, have a little fun. The thought of pulling in air through your ears is a little ridiculous. Like I said, I may go back later and add pictures to it, but that's this question done then, and that's going to be. Now that's not it, obviously. Let me just stretch this back over, and then I come here to the plus, and I add a new question, a new slide. Okay, so it's asking for the type of question that I want. So you also have the options here to how many points you're giving for the question, and it's at a decreasing value as the time goes on. So the quicker they answer it, the better. But if they get it wrong, there's no way to go back, and it's they get no points. And there's going to be a 20-second time limit, which is all adjustable. And so then I'm going to type my next question. So my next question, again, I'm going to move this over, and so my question is, what is the passage which, in the throat, which brings the air from the head to the lungs? Okay, and this one I'll say bronchus, bronchioles, trachea. I'll keep consistent with my capitalization. And the alveoli. All right. So there, that one. Wow. Okay, we'll change that one. So like I said, I'd like to have one fun answer. So I'll call this the highway. Okay, so there's the second one. So I'll just continue doing this. I'll continue making this, and I'll join up with you again once this is all done, once I've created it. So you've seen how I'm entering the questions, how I'm entering the answers. Let me finish up now, and once I've loaded up some pictures for the file here, then I will show you how to put those in. So we're here again now at the end of this project. I've added in some pictures. Well, actually, I added the same picture for every slide, and that's for you to decide whether you want to use the same picture over and over again. If I'm doing the respiratory system, I figure just a picture of the respiratory system is sufficient. But again, it's a personal decision for you to make as to whether you want to put that time into making the different slides. And so what I did too is I adjusted each of these. So if I click this spot here, I can adjust the time. So it was 20. I put them down to 10 seconds each. And what I thought was a nice feature too is you're going through this. You'll see on the side here where I'm scrolling through these. As I'm going through, you'll then notice, oh, there's one here with a little exclamation mark. There's something wrong with this one. So I'm going to click on that. Oh, and it says select at least one correct answer per question. So what gets the oxygen from the lungs to where it is needed all over the body? Is the Uber driver, stomach acid, Harry Potter, or blood? Okay, so it is the blood that brings the oxygen everywhere, so I'll click that one. Thank you for letting me know, Kahoot. And scrolling down, and oh, there's another one here. So this one, as I was in my hurry and I was making new questions, I accidentally left this one unfilled. So let me just type in the question here. What do we call the bad air from cars, factories, etc.? And I'm going to change it to 10 seconds. Keep the points the same. Add at least 2 points per question. Yes, yes, yes. Stop being so bossy. Okay, we call it fog. We call it pollution. Sharknado. Call it the respiratory system. So, and if I didn't, when I was typing the things there, I could check the box right away. But see, the boxes are all jumping eagerly now. So I'll just click that one to say yes, that is the right answer. So now that was all good. So this is it then. So it's saved again. Notice it was spinning there to say it's saved. So I'm satisfied with this now. I have 15 questions and 10 seconds apiece. When this is what I tell my students to do when they're setting up, I have them divide the screen into two parts because they're going to need to see my screen here where it has the questions and which answer goes with which shape, and then they're going to have their own here. So what they'll do here is they'll go kahoot.it. All right, so they're looking for a game pin, and so once I hit classic here, I'm going to go here, ready to join, and that's the pin. So I'm going to just copy it over here. Okay, we'll just call it the BGT. Okay, and then I can see how many people are involved here. Okay, there we go. Mute that. All right, so you see all the people there, and if I say, no, you know what, that name is inappropriate, I can always click that and say, try again. And then I have to come back on, okay, and then board game T. Okay, now I see, yeah, that's acceptable. I like that one. All right, so now we go on to the thing here. Respiratory system review. 15 questions, are you ready? So now I'm looking at this. I'll have to change that opening the screen there. I don't know why that was there. So how is air brought into the body? So you see what's going to happen here now. They have those four. Oh my goodness, this is loud. They have their four choices there, and then they could just pick. Oh, and I didn't hit it in time. So they'll show you what the right answer is, and then so we'll go to the next question, and I'll actually answer this one now. All right, quiz. What is the passage in the throat that brings the air from the head to the lungs? Oh, I know that. That's called the trachea. So trachea is blue, so I'm going to hit the blue one here. And it's going instantly because I'm the only player in the game. So, and because how quick I answered, I got closer to 1,000. The quicker you answer, the closer you get to the full 1,000 points. All right, and so that's Kahoot. I will be sure to share how this went, talk about it on Twitter and Facebook and such, but if you have any more questions about this, please, let me know. Okay, I'm going to sign out.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. If you have any questions about Kahoot or anything to do with gamification or even my Jeopardy, please leave me a message in the comment section below. You can always, maybe I can also show you how I would create the Jeopardy. Like what I had up on the screen there today was just the rough questions. Back in the early day, before I realized you could do it on Google Slides, I used to actually just do it up on the chalkboard or whiteboard or whatever I had in my classroom at the time. So I can actually show you how to take those kinds of questions and put them into the Google Slide Jeopardy version as well. So you have some options. And if you have any other ideas for things you might like me to talk about or games you might like me to discuss on the channel, as always, please leave me a message in the comment section below. But until next time, I'm Craig Thompson with the Board Game Teacher saying, thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back?